Alarming attack. A 92-year-old woman thrown to the ground and her purse stolen in Quincy. Now the pair police say is responsible set to face a judge.
A robber on the run. Police in Chicopee searching for the suspect they believe could be involved in two separate crimes.
What starts as a crash ends with a van slamming into a home in Brockton with a 1-year-old asleep inside.
Mayhem at the mall. A suspected shoplifter shot by police in Texas.
And a shark shut down. A stretch of California beach closed after an attack, and the victim's father describing the encounter.
This is 7 News Today in New England.
Good morning, just after 6:30 on your re-entry Monday after the extended weekend. I'm Chris Anderson.
Back to school, work, reality, all that good stuff. I'm Krista Delkamp. It's also Cyber Monday, so get those fingers working, right, Chris?
Hey, you can't order a sunshine and start to the day like this. What a beautiful start.
Yeah, it's really nice, Ren.
It is. It is going to be breezy and cool. Make sure to wear those warm layers, but we'll still get in on some sunshine here today. A cold front tracking through New England here, bringing a couple snow showers across western Massachusetts mainly, but some of these have moved into central Mass, and we've seen a couple snow showers even here in Boston late last night. Right now, a couple flurries right near Wenham. As we head into today, this is going to continue to track farther southeastward. It is breezy this morning, and again, we have a couple spotty snow showers, all trace amounts of moisture here, so we're not looking at really significant accumulation. At most, just a little bit of accumulation on a grassy surface, but not everybody will see those flakes today. Temperatures are in the mid-30s here in Boston, low 30s in Worcester. Winds are breezy out of the southwest, and we do stay blustery today. So again, you're going to want those layers. Temperatures reach into the mid to low 40s with a mixture of sun and clouds and breezy conditions, especially into the afternoon.
All right, we have some breaking news. It's just into our newsroom right now with a truck rollover creating just a mess there in Norwood, and you can see it's right there on the roof. Let's get right over to Elena Pinto with the latest on the conditions.
Yeah,
Elena.
Krista, the garbage truck rolled over there, and it's not in a convenient spot. This is right around the Rotary, so it's between Neponset Street and the entrance to Route 1 northbound. So if you can imagine, there's some backups in that area, certainly. Again, this is in Norwood there, right on the Rotary to Route 1 northbound. So give yourself some extra time or reroute this morning completely and avoid this area if you can. Other than that, our roads are looking decent for a Monday morning. 324-95, your typical slowdown, approaching 128. The Pike wide open all the way into the city up north. No big problems on 2 and 3. There is a crash in Billerica, though, on Route 3 southbound, right at Treble Cove Road. A small delay there. 93 is starting to fill in, and so is the Tobin, of course. The expressway is too. Your drive time on the expressway will now be closer to 30 minutes, maybe more. 15 on the Pike, about 20 on 93.
Let's go to some more breaking news right now. And a woman in the hospital after she was hit by a car in Kenmore Square in Boston last night. Police say the victim was walking when the vehicle hit her. According to EMS, she's now in serious condition, and at this point the driver has not been charged, but we'll keep you posted.
Breaking news in the newsroom this morning, and it's a celebration for the royals. Prince Harry is engaged. A release from Clarence House on Twitter says His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales is delighted to announce the engagement of Prince Harry to Miss Meghan Markle. The release goes on to say that there will be a wedding in the spring of 2018. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge saying, "We are very excited for Harry and Meghan. It has been wonderful getting to know Meghan and seeing how happy she and Harry are together. As we learn more, of course, we will keep bringing you updates on this royal engagement."
And checking the morning's other top stories for you on this Monday. A Lyft driver due in court this morning facing assault and battery charges. Police here in Boston say that some sort of argument broke out between the driver and a couple over a cell phone that was left inside the driver's car. Well, that's when police say the Lyft driver grabbed a metal pipe and threatened the couple and grabbed the woman by the neck as well. In Lawrence, a shooting has left one person there dead. Police say they were called to a report of a car crash and actually found a woman suffering from gunshot wounds. Officials say the victim was taken to the hospital where she later died. Police say this happened around the Hillside Avenue area, and they don't believe that the shooting was random. And making news nationally, President Trump will spend this week tackling tax reform. He'll be meeting with lawmakers from both parties tomorrow ahead of the Senate's potential vote on the issue on Thursday. But at least 3 GOP senators have said they still have reservations about that bill, and one has said that he's definitely voting against it.
Happening today, the suspects in an alarming attack caught on camera in Quincy will go before a judge. They are facing several charges in connection with the brutal robbery of a 92-year-old woman. 7's Kim Lucy live this morning with more on this story. Kim?
That's right. Police had released photos and video hoping the public could help them nab the people responsible for this terrible attack. Well, it was an alert state trooper who spotted the pair over the weekend walking down Mass Ave in Boston. On the run after an alarming attack, now behind bars. Police say this is 26-year-old Kayla Noel Brown of Quincy and 27-year-old Markel Cruz of Somerville. They believe the pair are responsible for robbing 92-year-old Doris Prendeville last week. Prendeville was thrown to the ground as she walked back from picking up the Sunday Globe, her walker falling to her side as a thief takes off with her purse. Police believe this is Noel Brown caught on camera after the crime. Her father says he recognized her in the video and called police. Speaking to just one station, he says he's so sorry.
On behalf of my whole family, I want to apologize to Mrs. Prendeville, and I'm very, very sorry that she had to endure such a horrific crime.
Prendeville suffered a broken sternum in the attack but is recovering. Her daughter shared this photo of the 92-year-old making progress in rehab. She says over the phone her mom is so relieved the arrests have been made.
She has so many friends in the building at Walston Manor that she felt that other people were more at risk than her because there are many more severely disabled or very petite and frail people.
Quincy's mayor says having the suspects behind bars is good for his community.
Our police department did great work, and of course the state police assisting in this was huge, and I'm just glad someone's going to be brought to justice.
Now, both suspects are facing charges including robbery and assault and battery on an elderly person. They're both set to face a judge here later on today. Live outside Quincy District Court, I'm Kim Lucy, 7 News Today, New England.
Police in Chicopee are searching for a robber on the run accused of 2 armed robberies. The first one happening at the Basics Plus Mini Mart on East Street. That was around 6:30 in the morning on Sunday. The victim here telling police that a masked man showed a gun and then took off in a dark blue car. Similar thing was reported later on Sunday at the TD Bank on Meadow Street as well. And police say the surveillance video shows the suspect's face before he puts on a white mask. Police say there's a strong possibility that the same man is involved in both of those robberies, and they say it's likely he's driving a newer blue Buick. 2 men set to appear in court in connection with a shooting on Saturday night that happened on Warner Street around 2 in the afternoon here. A 30-year-old man was shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. An accused drug trafficker caught with fentanyl, cocaine, Percocet, Xanax, ecstasy, and $30,000 in cash, according to police, is set to be arraigned in Wareham District Court today. John Jones of Taunton was arrested Friday by detectives in Middleborough as part of what they called Black Friday shopping.
7 News now with details of a close call in Brockton. A Comcast van, look at this, crashing right into a Brockton family's home when they were inside. And this morning, we're hearing from a mother as she describes these terrifying moments.
We all felt the house like shaking.
Arisi Secura describes the moment of impact when a Comcast Xfinity van careened into her home. Her 1-year-old son was sleeping behind this crumbling brick wall.
When I came outside, I saw the van in my window. All I could tell was about myself. I was like, what is here? And I ran inside, and it was like crying, because the noise and the way the house shaked.
Brockton police say it started with an accident. A car was backing out of this parking lot. Police say the driver of this Xfinity van hit it when he was driving down Montello Street, causing him to lose control. The driver and 3 people in the other car all sent to the hospital.
Was anybody here hurt?
No, we're all fine, thanks God.
Secura says everyone inside her home is okay, but she says this crash has made her afraid to live on the street.
Listen, I'm terrified and I don't feel safe over here. I was like, this is not good. This place is not good anymore.
We did also speak with the 3 people in that other car involved in the crash. They declined to go on camera, but said they did go to the hospital as a precaution. The driver of that Comcast van also had to go to the hospital, but could not be reached for comment, so no update on their condition.
To the latest now on the Russia investigation this morning, the FBI reportedly did not notify dozens of U.S. officials that they were the targets of Russian hackers. This is according to the Associated Press. And the FBI apparently had evidence that the hackers were trying to break into the officials' personal Gmail accounts for at least a year's time. Also, the deadline for White House advisor Jared Kushner to submit documents to Senate investigators is today. The Judiciary Committee wants to see transcripts of his interviews with other congressional committees and documents related to his security clearance, along with emails between himself and former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn.
Also on 7, a suspected shoplifter shot by police at a shopping mall in Texas. Officers confronted the suspect after they say he stole a pair of sunglasses and then ran away from security yesterday. They opened fire at the man after he apparently pulled out a BB gun and pointed it at those officers. The suspect was taken to the hospital after he was shot. The mall was evacuated and closed for the rest of the day. And New York Times says it regrets how its story about a white nationalist came across to some readers. The story, titled "The Nazi Sympathizer Next Door," came out on Saturday. It depicted the daily life of Tony Hoveder. He is a self-identified white nationalist in Ohio. Several people accused the Times of normalizing white nationalism and extremism.
And a man attacked by a great white shark in California on Friday. He was spearfishing with his dad, and that's when the attack happened. Now, the victim's father says that he was bitten more than once, but somehow managed to get free and swim back to their boat. And he describes some frightening moments right after this happened.
At that moment, it was just shock for me, just horrifying scene. But my thought was to just try to help him to stop the bleeding.
Once on shore, 2 off-duty sheriff's deputies were on the scene assisting to treat the wounds. And believe it or not, this victim, incredibly, is expected to make a full recovery. They shut down a portion of that beach, obviously, after that happened as well.
Very fortunate. Still ahead here on the news station, the new Miss Universe accepting her new crown, the only second ever woman from her country to take the title.
A desperate plea from a Fall River family trying to track down the device their daughter with autism uses to communicate. It was stolen out of their car. We'll be right back with that.